Hi everybody, this is Nikki and I am doing a little check-in video. No medical advice whatsoever, despite what words come out of my mouth and how convincing I might sound that it's a good idea. I'm doing a little check-in video because I did my video a few days ago, a week ago, whatever it was, and you guys left some really nice responses. I really am not sure who's watching and everything else, so I was surprised to see a few of the names that I didn't know you guys were still out there. So I'm trying to respond to all of it because there were some really nice, warm thoughts in there, and I really appreciated it. And it did get me to put down my pity cake for a little bit, back away from the bowl of cereal and stuff like that. And as much as I don't want to think of my fellow diabetics struggling or experiencing burnout or anything else, it's helpful to know that you all are out there, not that you're experiencing the burnout, but that you're getting up every day and checking a YouTube video and leaving a nice thought. I mean, it's nice to know diabetics are a really nice group, and so it's just really nice. So here's my check-in. I'm doing pretty well. I am not eating great. I haven't binged, and I will just say up front, since I've developed diabetes, so it's really been quite a few years now for me to still be using it as an excuse. Since developing it, my eating habits and my relationship with food has gone to poo. It's really tough, and I'm not trying to get sympathy. I'm just saying it is what it is. I'm not proud. I get up all the time and I try again, and I have a new strategy, and I feel like no matter what path I'm on, somehow I end up in, the bread aisle of the food store, convincing myself that I need 3 boxes of cereal and whatever. That's my pump, don't ask. Okay, anyway. So my point is, it's been tricky, and so every day I get up and it's kind of, I don't know how hard that battle is going to be. Some days it's really easy. It does seem to be tied in with exercise. I am riding the bike often, and I do ride it for, probably between 20 and 30 miles. I really like that. I would prefer to be running. I have kind of acquired a bunch of injuries and some tears and everything else. So it's kind of, it's dead ends. That's the way it feels. So I feel like I could be doing better, but the bottom line is that I attach too much to my ability to exercise, when in reality, I need to be figuring out my relationship with food, and that should be alongside exercise and not depending on exercise. And I'm sure you're like, why is she telling me this? And it's because I am trying to explain that I am really trying to get up in the morning and say, whether or not I can exercise today does not dictate whether or not I'm going to think of it as a vacation day and eat a bunch of crappy food and eat a lot of it, because in my mind, tomorrow I'm back on track again. So really live it up today. So there are so many layers of my flawed thinking. And so anyway, so my point is, you guys got me looking at my food stuff and just trying to do better. I think I said my blood pressure's high, and I'm trying to cut out a little bit of the sodium. And I'm trying to do all these things kind of with baby steps and not put the pressure on myself to succeed quickly on any one of them, or even like set rules, because I don't do well with that. And I do want to, I've got 3 kids. They would love to hear me say this, but I do want to break all the rules, and no rules will apply to me. So it's, rebellion. Anyway. And it's also like shooting yourself in the foot when you're diabetic. I will rebel against those food rules, and then I will have a blood sugar of 400, and down the road, I'll get retinopathy or whatever. So okay, so here's the thing. So today, I'm struggling with my blood sugar. I'm getting up and I'm trying to not be overreactive, which I do have a tendency to rage bolus a little, or not even, it's not always rage bolus. Sometimes it's just carelessly bolus. So I see him at a 250 on my sensor. I haven't checked by the meter. I am checking more by the meter in the last 4 or 5 days, so that feels good. But if I'm not checking by the meter, I feel like I'm not really working with full information. I love my Dexcom, but I have a little bit of a uneasy relationship with sensors in general, just meaning that when I have to check in with my meter, I have a tendency to think out that decision more, and I'm more invested in what I'm doing rather than if I take a look at the sensor and I go, oh, it says 219, so I'll just give myself a couple of units rather than, you know, why am I at 219? What did I eat? Did I bolus? You know, all the rundown. I think I can hear my kids, so I better make this quick. So with all that being said, today, with not terrible eating, I did eat a couple of mini kind bars, which I think the idea is one serving. I think that's why they're mini, or they would just give you a really big one so you didn't have to eat 4, you know. I don't know how many I told you I ate, but I think I ate 4 mini kind bars. It was a weak moment, and it was a little bit of woe is me, and they tasted good. And then I didn't bolus because I've been busy from the time I woke up. I'm trying to do all this stuff with the kids. I'm trying to get a million things done. I want to get on the bike. I think I'm going to be able to get on the bike. So in my mind, if I do the bolus now, my bike ride is going to be, you know, blown because I'm gonna plummet. So I chose not to do the bolus, thinking I'll get on the bike soon, and then I got delayed because that's life. So my blood sugar hit a 300, maybe a 350 by the time I got on the bike. Then all of the reactive, you know, decisions. So you're no longer ahead of it. Now you're behind it and you're trying to fix it. And then in comes the kind of negative blah feeling, the little bit of the screw it, the little fine, I'll just do 1 unit here, or I might as well just eat this. And so it was like that, but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't overwhelming. And I'm back to a 182. I am not particular. There was a time a year and a half ago where a 182 was a cause for major alarm, like that, you know, figure it out right now, go to the computer, look up the history of whatever, you know, and now I'm like, I'm back to a 182. So I'm working on, it's not thinking about it differently because I know what a 182 means. I know what a 350 means. It's just, you know, taking on each of those numbers and going, okay, it's not going to fix itself. The kids, they're not going to raise themselves. The cat's not going to feed herself. Okay, so these are, so here's, I'm already 8 minutes. So here's one of the things I'm doing. I'm on Basiliq. I love Basiliq. I was on Control IQ. I loved Control IQ. I decided to come back on the T-Slim X2 Basiliq because I wanted to micromanage, because somewhere in my mind, I would do better with that than kind of in cruise control on Control IQ. And I don't think that was necessarily right. I think that to have an algorithm maybe take over would be helpful for me right now, but whatever. I'm on Basiliq for now. And I know I mentioned Glucagon a lot, so I'll show you guys my organization system and you'll laugh. I can't show you it in front of me because you might cry, but anyway. So this is my most important bag, and this one goes with me everywhere I go. It goes to the bathroom with me. It goes near the shower. It's got my Glucagon kit, which I usually have a syringe in there, and this is just my mixed kit with the syringe. And I usually carry a few extra syringes in there, and it's got my Fias pen with some syringes. I carry these are my, like, I need to get something done kit. And I carry these with me everywhere because Fiasp is faster for me than the pump bolus, and Glucagon is preferred most of the time for me rather than carbs. So even if I bring all the pump stuff and the food with me, this kit goes with me everywhere, and I'm kind of just getting into using this more often. I don't know if that's making things more complicated or not. I know I have a lot of tools now. And I will continue to show. This is my syringe bag. This is my meter bag. And this is my IV bag, which just means I have a designated vial in there. It is another tool. Designated vial, alcohol swabs, Band-Aids, and unused syringes. And these are all of my tools. So I have all these ways to fix a 350 on the spot. I can actually do that. I also have a Frezza that I often carry around with me. The problem is still telling myself that it's a priority and it's more important than whatever it is I'm doing, and get up and handle it now. So that's where I am. So that's a 10-minute video. Sorry about that. I wanted to check in before the rest of the night got on top of me, because that's what's about to happen. Thank you for watching. Oh, and I'll just say really quick, the Glucagon, the Lilly Glucagon that I use, I do mix that vial up, and I'm using small doses of that, anywhere between 3 and say 10 units for exercise. But I use that all day, every day. So I keep getting these really nice suggestions about the Baqsimi, and I absolutely agree. Baqsimi and even Gvoke are more user-friendly in case of emergency. But when I'm talking about Glucagon, I'm not talking in case of emergency, and hope not to be anytime soon. Okay. Thanks for watching. Hope everyone's well. Bye.